alternative fueled gas electric. It's been working great. I love the car. I really do. When I can get 40, 50, 60 miles to a gallon of gas, that's tremendous. The manufacturers better start putting these cars out in quantities because people are going to start going after them.
In Grand Junction, we were greeted by the dedicated staff of the Institute of Economics and some equally dedicated high school students.
Drive to Survive is important to our schools because our students are going to be the engineers that are going to build the vehicles.
This is the only high school in Colorado that has made what? Solar car. Then it was a cruise up the Rockies to the Continental Divide, or so we thought.
We went 110 miles per hour on hydrogen.
What's a bunch?
110 on hydrogen?
On hydrogen.
This whole line is for a Starbucks that they've just opened, a rolling Starbucks in the Rockies.
We want to really thank Magellan for the GPS system. That has really made life a whole lot easier for all of us.
We're all still a little worried about being next voted off the drive, so, everybody watch yourself.
Burning gasoline is a way of life in America, but one day we might all drive cars that don't need it. Some of those cars were on display in Golden this afternoon. The cars are traveling across the country to promote transportation that uses renewable energy.
At the National Renewable Energy Lab, we continued to spread the message, and we're really excited to see more innovative vehicles, including the fastest electric car I've ever ridden in.
Biodiesel is a product we can grow here in the United States. It's made from feedstocks like soybean.
I'm doing this for the people, to demonstrate and to educate and let everyone know that we can do this right now.
We are going to shift the collective consciousness of this world away from hate, greed, and fear, and towards love, peace, cooperation, and a world that we can all be so proud of and live in happiness and peace. Thank you so much. Along the drive, we'd pick up new people with their own technologies, and they'd go a few legs with us and then drop off, and we'd be joined by someone else. And all told, we had about 15 different vehicles from 10 different states.
Mr. Gerke, I was at a biodiesel conference, and someone had mentioned to me about the cross-country drive to survive, and I thought, oh, that'd be pretty neat. Biodiesel is made from a variety of feedstocks, anything that has oil, basically, that comes from the planet Earth. Right now we're subsidizing our farmers not to grow crops. I'm sure they would love to get paid for what they grow. Ultimate goal is, and that's our dependency on foreign oil and using more of the United States natural resources. After all, that's what made this country great.
4 gallons of E85.
That's my son.
Oh, that's a Weaver.
Across the country, there's a great wave of human energy that's unstoppable, that is absolutely determined to move us to an economy based upon clean energy from homegrown American fuels.
Fire it up!
Well, what do you think?
It's fun.
In Columbia, Missouri, we discovered an automobile powered by still another alternative fuel, acetylene gas.
The visions that we hold, the hopes and the dreams that we hold today will create our future. It's up to us. Opportunities are right before us, and I hope that we seize the moment and take advantage of the opportunities that we have. Practically every environmental problem we have can be traced to our addiction to fossil fuel, primarily oil.
I was so impressed to hear you say what I've been thinking about, the tie between the problems that we have environmentally and the problems that we have economically.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, man. Wake up.
After crossing the Mississippi, we were the guests of the governor of Illinois. In Springfield, lawmakers and the media were anxious to hear our message.
Coming together is very important because it builds the energy. It builds that great wave of human energy that is absolutely unstoppable.
Up in the Windy City, we had a wonderful dinner hosted by our partners from the Clean Cities program.
Couldn't we have had our day off in Chicago?
Our reception in Chesterton, Indiana was further proof of the grassroots movement toward clean, inexhaustible energy sources to power our transportation. One was good old-fashioned pedal power.
How many miles per gallon does this thing get?
I'm Mike Caprazola, part-time driver of the white car, full-time photographer for the tour. I was doing time for Grand Theft Auto, and the warden grabbed me out of my cell at 4 in the morning and told me that it was a very dangerous job, and if I completed it, they'd give me my freedom. It just turned out to be such a great bunch of people to work with, and also a good cause, and I've actually learned a tremendous amount.
The dreams that we hold today will create what we live with in the future. We are capable of creating our future. We have great power, but with that comes great responsibility. You see, the monkeys are not responsible for it, just people. Over to tailwind.
Along the way, people would say, well, you're simply preaching to the choir. Well, that was partly true, but this journey also proved that that choir is growing bigger and bigger, and its members are singing louder and louder, and that's very exciting.
Without pollution, because you are the creators on this planet. Understand that. What you will think today and the actions that you will take will create our tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, all right.
Today. You really have. This is very good.
After our inspiring morning with the students, we were treated to some delicious edible fuel prepared by our host at Akron's Mustard Seed Cafe.
How we say beer in Canada, eh?
We're looking for a hydrogen gorilla.
After stocking up for the road, the drive headed into the home stretch. On the way, Ty refueled once again. Hopefully soon we won't have to rely on welding shops for hydrogen.
This is the last hydrogen before Washington?
It is.
Yeah.
By the time we paid the tab, a brewing storm was testing our survival instincts.
We must suffer for filmmaking. Must suffer.
Sacrifice?
No, I can't. I'm just
chilling out
I'm
here.
too busy.
I'm Marcia Morrison, and I joined the Drive to Survive in Golden, Colorado. I just showed up at one of their stops and said, hey, I'm here, can I come along? as an average citizen, this is one little thing that I can do to help get the word out, to help the cause, to help the environment, to help national security as far as that goes, because I really